Okay, so we are going to start now. So this webinar is completely focused on competitive programming. So uh, first I will explain that why competitive programming is important. Like so, see, we all know that whenever we apply in any company, they will first take our coding test of our coding skills. They organize a coding round. So now in this coding round, you are not going to get standard problem. They will be mixture of two or three problems. So you have to recognize that what problem is this and what is the parent question of this problem. So now what you will do in competitive programming, that you see a question which has two or three paragraphs. But at last, when you read it two or three times, you get to know that the main question is of two, three lines. The all theory is to it not means to you. The question is only of two or three lines. So in this case, the competitive programming develop these type of skills in you. And the most important thing is referrals. Because see, if you are from tier 2 or tier 3 college, then most of the big companies not visit your college. Even only small companies and the famous and the must referrals visit your campus. So in that case, to ask for referrals, you go on LinkedIn or any other platform and ask for referrals. So in that case, the person is not going to take your interview, right? He will just see your resume, and in resume, what he sees that how are you in competitive coding, and what is your competitive coding status? How is your rating on CodeSap, Codeforces? Okay, so this also helps you in getting reference for the top companies. Now, recognition. See, if you are good in competitive coding and giving something back to the community, you are teaching to your juniors, you are helping your batchmate, and you are something donating, something giving to the platform on CodeSap or Codeforces, like drawing, setting in their contest. So you will get recognition. So if you are familiar, much familiar with competitive coding, you must have listened the name Erecto. He is continuously setting the question on code forces and many other platforms. So you will also get the recognition, and this helps to get you in a big software companies. And you also can earn money from competitive coding because there are many competitions like ICPC. In that, the winning prize is, if you know, that winning prize is over 1 lakh rupees. So you can also earn money from competitive programming. Okay, so now I have decided these five stages in which you can learn competitive coding. So first is the prerequisites. After that, I will tell you some exercises in which you can learn how to approach a question. And then I will tell you about the beginner coding contest. That if you have just started competitive programming, which type of contest you should do. And after that, I will tell you some advanced contest, and then I will give you some tips how you can improve your competitive coding skills. Okay, so let's see what are the prerequisites. So first you have to choose a language, and I have seen that most of you are compatible with C++. So I also recommend C++ for competitive coding, because C++ is really faster, and the STL library, standard template library, helps a lot. And in Java you have collection, but in Java the syntax is a bit typical and take time to write. And in competitive programming you have not much time, like you have a time constraint. So C++ is the most recommended language for competitive programming. Java is also good, but I will not recommend Python, because many companies doesn't allow Python in their coding round. So you should go for C++ or Java. Now, if you know, you have already studied STL, Standard Template Library. You should solve 40 to 50 basic questions in that language. So basically, the funda is that if I will give you a algorithm, not the code, then you should be able to convert that algorithm in a code. If you are this much comfortable in your language, then this is good for you. Data structure, array, string. So this is the main thing. Now, see, if you are comfortable with all these things, then don't direct move to the code forces or code set, because after that you will get demotivated. So first learn some algos like sieve of Aristophanes. This is the algo for prime numbers. Euclid algo. This is for GCD. Cadence algo, maximum summary. So why learning these algorithm is important? Because many questions derive from these algorithms. You will use these algorithm instead of the question. So if you don't know this, then you will get runtime. Time limit accelerator, because your complexity is going to really high if you don't use this algorithm. Because let's say I example, what the sieve of restrictions do is that when you have to find 1 to n prime numbers. So what we do that we take a number, then divide it all numbers till that number, and if it is not divisible, then it is a prime. So we do this thing for all n numbers. So it takes O(n) square time. But what this algorithm do? This algorithm find 1 to n prime numbers just in O(n) time. So this type of algorithm, if you know, then they are really going to help you in competitive questions. Like, so you should do also some tricky questions. You will get this question on lead code. So first, do practice on lead code, like prefix sum, nearest greater element to left. These questions are really tricky question, and you will going to use many data structure in it, like nearest greater element to left. In this, you are going to use step. So these questions will help you to think about the approach. Okay, so you will easily find the these questions on LeetCode or GFG. I will suggest you that first do at least 40 to 50 medium level question on LeetCode before starting competitive programming. So this is optional that you can first start competitive programming, and along with you can learn all these data structure like trie, segment tree, Fenwick tree. But before starting this, you should start competitive programming, because that really develop a good approach in your mind. Okay, and take it in your habit that solving questions daily 2 or 3 hours, because this is really important to join all contest, join as many as contest you can. So this will really help you. Now, I will tell you that if you are comfortable with LeetCode, which type of contest you should join. Okay, so there are many platforms like CodeSap, CodeForces, Spoj, HackerEarth, HackerRank, which organize this type of contest. So start participating in these contests at beginner level. Like there are a level of contest. Let's say in Code Forces there are Division 1, Division 2, Division 3. So contest of Division 3 are really easy. You can go for them if you are comfortable with LeetCode. And the CodeSap organize monthly 3 challenges, like long challenge, cook-off, and lunchtime. In long challenge, you will get 10 days. Cook-off, I think 2.5 hours, and lunchtime is of 2 hours. Hours. Okay, so you can participate in this type of contest. And Code Forces has a series of contests in which you will get a contest in a series. They organize contest in each week or 2 or 3 contests in a week. So this will give you a consistency if you are doing on Code Forces. And I will suggest that if you are doing on CodeSap, then must switch to Code Forces. Why? Because see, what people do on CodeSap, that long challenge are 10 days, of 10 days. So they cheated the solution from many websites and many WhatsApp group and Telegram group, and they published it. So you will not get a good rank if you are doing it honestly. So that's why the CodeSap reliability is going to decrease in the future. But Code Forces organize short contests 2 hours, so there is the really less chance, or I will say 0% chance to cheat in Code Forces and get good rank. So Code Forces rating is more reliable. Okay, so if you are doing with CodeStep, I will suggest you that switch to Code Forces. And also securing good rank in these contests will boost your confidence. See, if you are going in starting, you are getting rank 7,000, 8,000 in the contest, and as much contest as you do, your rank will be good. Like it should be under 4,000 or 5,000. So it will really boost your confidence. And the first thing is that don't run after rating, because your ultimate goal is not rating. You should focus on learning. So because what people do is they run after rating and only do simple contest. If the contest is hard, they will not participate in that contest, because if you are not doing good in contest, your rating will decrease. So what they do, they just try to maintain their rating by participating in easy contest. So they don't learn, and they get temporary higher rating, not knowledge. So don't run after rating. It's not bad ki your rating is decreasing. It will decrease, it will increase. So but at the time you will our time will come, then your rating will not decrease, because you have the enough knowledge to maintain it. Now, I will tell you about some contests that many tech companies or tech companies organize yearly contest, or I will tell you that some yearly contest like ACM ICPC. This is the Olympic of coding. It's like Olympic of coding because all over the world from many universities, around 4,000, 5,000 students of these university participate in this contest. And if you participate in regional, then after that you will get the chance to for world finale, in which you can represent your country. And these contests are also the same. And this is Google Kickstart. Google organized this each year, and there are 8 rounds of Google Kickstart. So if you get the good rank, let's say if you get the rank under 400 and 500, then many big software companies can contact you for interview. And if you get the rank under 100, then Google will direct call you for interview. And also Facebook organizes Hacker Cup yearly. And there are many contests organized by other companies like TCS organized CodeVita, Infosys organized Hack Within 5, and Codenation organized Codegon. And this is, I think this is Hack Within 5 in February. So if you will start your competitive coding journey, this will be the first contest you will participate. So try to start your competitive journey as early you can. Now, if you are in second year or third year, and you get good rank in this contest, then company will call you for internship. They will offer you internship, 2 month internship, and it may be of 6 month internship. So, and if you are in final year, through this contest, if you are getting good rank in this contest, you will get interview call. They will offer you interview, and through which you can get your first job. Now, I will give you some tips to enhance your competitive coding profile. I have told you that your ultimate goal should not be ranking or rating, because see, this is not going to give you anything. If I will say that if you have a good rating, you will get referral and you will get a call for interview. But what it will do? In the interview, you are going to court. They will ask you question, and if you have good rating by cheating from other platform or by just doing simple question, because I have seen most people on CodeStep, what do they only participate in long challenge because it's easy, and they get good star like a 4 star or 5 star, but they have not learned many things. So this is not going to be useful. So you should be focused on learning. Don't worry about if your rating is decreasing or you are not able to do good at start, then you should not worry about. you will do one day. Okay, so now I will tell you that if each question have rating on this platform, you can see the hardness of the question by rating. On Code Forces, there is a criteria in numbers. So let's say if you are participating in a contest and you see that you are able to solve 700 rating question or 800 rating question, then you should solve the question which has the rating 800 to 1000. There is some resources I am going to share you in the next slide, where you will get the rating wise question and topic wise question. And see, if you are participating in a contest, then after the contest, in 24 hours, you are going to get a tutorial of that contest on Code Forces. So must visit that editorial and try. See, if you have done one question in that contest, then try next two questions from reading that editorial and learn what you have missed in that question or what trick is used in that question, what algorithm is used in that question, and make sure that you will remember that algorithm in your mind so that you can apply that in another time. Okay. So now these are the resources. You all know about platforms, CodeSap, Code Forces, Lead Code is for learning, and these are the YouTube channels. These are really helpful. Take you forward. You all have, I think, heard the name of Striver, who is the owner of this channel, and Aditya Verma is really good for algorithm, really good for data structure, and Rachit Jain or solved many Code Forces contests on his platform and told many tips about competitive programming. So you must visit these three YouTube channel if you want to start competitive coding. These are some books mentioned for algorithms and for competitive programming. And now I will show you this Code Forces ladder. Okay, so wait a minute. Okay, so this is the ladder where you can practice Code Forces question. One of you has been asked that I am not doing good on Code Forces. I am struggling on Code Forces. So you should practice from this ladder. Let's say. Start from this ladder. Question are less than 1300 rating. So first try these question, and if you are comfortable with these question, because these are really simple question in this rating, so then you must jump to these questions because these are organized through rating wise. So you can easily get comfortable with these questions. There are enough questions you to solve and see you start in the most easier one and after that they are decreasing. Okay, so you can learn from this ladder, and also there are questions from topic wise question and many more things are here. So you must visit this website one. And now I will go again here. So for this is C algorithm, another website. Here you will get many algorithms and many question on data structure. So you will also visit this ones. Okay, so these are simple question, simple number question, and these are the question on data structures, question on dynamic programming. So you will get to learn many algorithms from this website. Okay, these are the mix, and there are many more things in this website. So you must visit these two websites. And for dynamic programming, I will say that YouTube playlist of Aditya Verma is best because many people are struggling with dynamic programming. So this person has organized it in really a good way. You should visit there. Now I will take some questions. So this is the question. The first one asked that I was doing CP in first year, then I missed it, and I want to again start at CP. So first try to find your coding buddy. In your college, there will be some students who are also doing coding. So this will be really helpful that you have some coding buddies. With them you participate in contest. I will tell you my journey about this. So what I have done, I challenge myself. We were in 3-hour group. the two of my friends also in their group. So we decided to participate in Code Forces each day. This is our challenge. We target to participate in 150 contests. So till now we have completed 60 plus contests, and these are not all live contests. Some of us design these contests, so we participate in contest and share our Excel sheet to each other, and told each other's progress. So this is really competitive. Like you will get attached to it, and you if today today you are not in mood, then your friends will force you that aar kar lete hain. So this find your coding buddies. If you are unable to find coding buddy, give yourself challenge. Like say, if you participated in a contest, then post it on LinkedIn. Your daily journey, you can post it on LinkedIn, and people then appreciate you. People will suggest you. So this will link you to the world, competitive coding world. Do something, show everything that what you are doing. Make you yourself a brand. Like if you are doing participating in contest daily, post it on LinkedIn. For that, these platforms are. So this will link you with these coding platforms. But I will suggest you find some coding buddy. It is really going to help. At first, what we think that he will not he will not tell me everything, and he will do something else. Why should I tell anyone that what I am doing? But I will say, find somebody and help them and take help from them. This will be the best thing to be consistent in competitive programming. Many of you are confused about platform, like from which platform we should start. So I will say that if you are comfortable with language, or if you are not comfortable with language, then must go on HackerRank and practice some question. Now, if you are comfortable with language, then come lead code. There are a platform. There are a question based on algorithm. So must solve 50 to 60 question on lead code. Then, if now you are comfortable with lead code, then move to CodeSap or Code Forces. I will most prefer Code Forces. Okay, so now, should I learn complete DS first to start competitive programming? Yeah, this question is asked by many students. But what people do is they think that first I should complete the DSA. I should learn everything. I should learn tree. I should learn graph. I should learn linked list. But these are the topics that you can cover completely. So they can't start. They didn't start their coding journey, and at last all go in vain, because see, if you have the practical knowledge of this data structure, only then it is going to help you in the coding rounds, because they can ask some practical problem based on this data structure. So competitive programming is really important. So I will say that first learn basic data structure and algorithm. I will say that first learn array, string, and linked list. It is enough to start competitive programming. Stack queue, and learn more data structure while doing competitive programming. So first learn basic, then do both do both parallelly, data structure and competitive programming. Now the question arises: is competitive programming enough to job? So I will say no. It's good to clear coding round. It's good to learn data structure or data structure more efficiently, and to crack coding, to crack interviews, you also have some development. But it's not that much important. Without competitive, I can say without competitive programming, it's really hard to get a job. But competitive programming only is not everything. But yeah, if you are from tier 2 or tier 3 college, then you must do competitive program, because without competitive programming, it's really hard to get recognized by people or by companies. So yeah, it's really important. Or you can say, if you are from tier 2 or tier 3 college, then competitive programming can do this for you. But if you are in good college, and you can also go for development. But if you are from tier 2, tier 3, then competitive programming. So where should I start? competitive programming if I am targeting farm. Okay, so if you are doing honestly on CodeSap, then 5 star is enough for farm, because after that you will get the question on data structures, or I will say that advanced algorithm. It is if you know advanced algorithm and you are good in competitive programming, only then you are going to get 5 star on CodeSap, or it is enough to be an expert on if you are targeting farm. It is enough that you achieved expert tag on code forces. So if you have done all these things, then yeah, you can say that I can crack the coding and coding interviews of these farm companies also. So the main thing is that consistency. You need to practice 6 or 7 months to be a 5 star coder on Code Forces, a 5 star coder on SAP, and to become a expert on Code Forces. Code Forces is bit harder than CodeSap, so it will take 8 or 9 months to be an expert. I am saying expert, and to become a specialist, it can take 5 to 6 months, and depending on how much practice you are doing. So these are the all things. Okay, so now you have any doubt, then you can ask me in comment section. After that, we'll wrap up the session. Okay.